What is going on, guys and girls? It is Ghost Robo, and what do we have here? A legendary hero surveys the battlefield. A legendary robot emerges as a star. A legendary victor looks upon his prey. Claptrap is here, and this is Borderlands, the pre-sequel. I was lucky enough to play this game early and test out a maxed out Claptrap. He is going to blow your mind. His skill set is crazy. I hope you guys are excited for this. If you are and enjoy this and want to see more, just hit that like button. We're going to check out all that this new moon surface has to offer. Level 41 here. Claptrap, he may be small, but he packs a punch. And we're going to use all of our punches to level up. Here's all our crazy guns. We basically have, like, the best darn inventory you could possibly have. Every gun is full of properties and full of pizzazz. They've added lasers, they've added freeze weapons, they've added moon jumping, they've added butt stomping, basically taking the Borderlands franchise and just stuffing it with more silliness, more spectacular ways for you to tear up a room. And what I really got from playing this game is, man, when you are fully loaded out, it's almost like a symphony. You cruise through these rooms and you're kind of just conducting the killing to your own free will. And they're still challenged. I mean, they throw a lot of guys at you and have a lot of intensity. But as we pick these skills here, you're going to see that Claptrap, he's kind of a crazy one. Of the bunch of new hunters, 4 new hunters in this game, Claptrap is by far the most unconventional. And as we put points into his skills, you guys can pause the video and read all the specific stuff. I'm not going to read it for you. But basically, his special ability is a randomized sequence of insanity. He will do some of the most ridiculous things you've ever seen in Borderlands. I'm not going to spoil them because it's probably the most fun part of being Claptrap. And I'm just kind of picking my skills here, reading through some of the things. They call them subroutines. So when you activate your special, you are going to use one of Claptrap's subroutines. He will analyze the battlefield and select what he feels is the best for that situation. Sometimes he's right. Sometimes he's a little bit more than wrong. But it's pretty fun no matter what, and gives you a little bit of a... There's a little mystery added when you use your special. It's not like, oh, you're just going to get a golden gun, or, oh, you're just going to freeze time. Like, Claptrap might do something a little bit more unconventional. But I'm going to start piling my points in. We were given basically a level 41 character with free reign over all the skills. So I'm dumping my points into all of this. And if you're a hardcore Borderlands fan, you can, like I said, pause and look at all the intricacies of each individual power. This game is actually only coming out for last gen. You know, we imagine that a Borderlands 3 will eventually release for next-gen consoles, but right now, Borderlands the pre-sequel is it's like a prequel and a sequel. It fits in between, and you're basically being contracted by Handsome Jack to go and do dirty work. Working alongside him is the gist of what I got. You'll actually see his face pop up in a second here as we finally get out of the menu screens. We've made Claptrap as mighty as we possibly can. You can look at the missions and just different things that they've got going on here. The game as always plays well. Like, the most fun thing is just blowing guys up.
Own ship, you know, before she got promoted, I mean. They say it went down before the cracking happened. Imagine that. Crash. Bang! Oh, would have been something to see.
That person is one of the people helping. Uh-oh.
An update on the Helios situation.
Okay.
Sir, I've got my best people working on a way to retake the station.
Look who it is.
That's the Hyperion CEO. Is he as much of a bottle and glass arse as I hear?
Who the hell is that? That is the 10-year-old boy we hired to help us. You're fired, John.
As I fire rockets, and this guy doesn't even blink. There he goes. A little bit of flinch attitude from him, and everybody is aware of our presence. Claptrap, you know, you can't really tell he's Claptrap from just a straight-up mechanic standpoint until you try to pinch them with your tiny little robot claw, which probably isn't the best use of your resources. But butt stomping is fun, freezing guys and then busting them open. There's just something about, like, ice weapons that I feel is eternally satisfying. Like, freezing guys and crushing them. It doesn't matter if it's Mortal Kombat. It doesn't matter if it's some Mass Effect style RPG. It doesn't matter if it's Borderlands. Like, that's just enjoyable. And I think my favorite part of playing this game for the number of hours that I did was just utilizing the different tools and utilizing the specials, like I said, to really analyze the battlefield, and gives us one-shot wonder, which is going to give us really strong one-shot type weaponry here. It's changing out my typical weapon and letting me utilize something far superior. You'll notice my shields are really down, but we're at a level where I have so much health it's okay. And of course, you will not be as much, you know, the conductor of affairs at a lower level, but as somebody who enjoys sort of the extremes of games, it's really kind of cool to see this happen. We've paused now. Why are we pausing the action? Ghost, what are you doing? Stop pausing. Unpause this now. There we go. That's much better. I don't know what I was thinking, but we've got a new subroutine loaded in here. Our shields are pretty strong, and so we'll just tear right through this guy. One thing I noticed, and I'm not sure if it's just the way that the game is made or if it's because I was such a high level, but I was getting the special abilities so freaking often. And of course, like you'll see, I'm using corrosive weapons, I'm using freeze weapons, I'm using grenades to really just... Those singularity grenades are just amazing, but my butt stomp and everything to boost my meters, but it felt like I had a special like every little bit, which again kind of just contributed to the madness, and I was surprised. Like, I'll be honest, I went in pretty darn skeptical. I kind of felt like I had my Borderlands fill, but I feel like at least at a high level, like this is still a very enjoyable game to play, just because of the sort of the way that the battlefields are set up. And there's a lot of shooters coming out in the near future that don't do enemy AI all that well, that don't set up battlefields, and I feel like adding this extra element of movement is kind of... It changes the pace just enough. I mean, it's not like a life-altering effect, right? You know, being able to have a little gravity boost and kind of just cruising around, being able to have a butt stomp like this, these are not features that are worthy of $60 by themselves, but adding that movement to an already solid Borderlands foundation, like, look, if you like Borderlands, you like Borderlands, and this is definitely more of it, from the humor to the style to the gunplay. It's adding things that fit in a pretty natural way and enhance the gameplay from what I've played thus far. And there is just something strangely satisfying about stomping down and unleashing elemental rage upon all of your adversaries. We're gonna go and do the traditional pick up everything Borderlands style. In this, you know, this play session, it didn't really matter because I have so many guns, and I will be swapping the guns out later on in this mission. Basically, we're trying to get to a boss and take him down. This guy.
After all my polite warnings, prepare to die horribly.
That's not very nice. All right, so I've got a sniper rifle subroutine here. Just kind of activated to see what else we could get. All your shops are back. New characters are back. All of the stuff you come to expect. I mean, this basically feels like exactly what a Borderlands, another Borderlands game on the same generation would feel like. I'm interested to see where they end up taking Borderlands 3 if they make significant steps in the right direction. And like, I didn't play the entire game, so I don't know how it fares all in all, but I will say that I had fun with my time more than I expected to, even running through the same mission multiple times, just because, again, it's like all of this color and chaos kind of lends itself to being really enjoyable. This ability is my favorite here. Of his Laser Inferno, run around with a disco ball that's basically unleashing alien beams upon everyone, and just absolute carnage. Like, it makes me kind of worry about playing this game at level 1, level 5, level 10, because I enjoy this so much. And I actually died, but it's okay. Fight for your life is around, and as long as I switch out my weapon and shoot this guy down, we'll get a second win and step right back up. I'm very curious to see what you guys think of the game, so definitely give me your thoughts and takes in the comments below. Let me know if you want to see more. I played a bunch, and I actually have some really cool moments. I got to be kind of a master at this mission, and sort of at the area, which was pretty fun to feel like you're, you know, a pro at something. That's a really good feeling in gaming when you feel awesome, and I think that Borderlands, in any of its iterations, does a pretty good job of making you feel awesome. I've never been like super big into the loot. You know, all the guns are cool, but like, I don't have like, oh my god, my favorite gun, I have to get this gun, I have to get that gun, because at the end of the day, like, a corrosive weapon, a laser weapon, a freeze weapon, are they all that much different? I mean, sure, the numbers are different.
I'm the captain of this vessel, and you, squalid looter, will soon face my wrath. Actually, as I've just blocked a path to my wrath, you'll face my men's wrath instead. My girlfriend and I will enjoy watching you from the safety of the captain's chamber. Won't we, my luscious snuggle bunny? Yep. We've talked about this, my love. You're to address me as baby or my dear, especially in front of the others.
Of course, my
dear Bosie.
Mateys, attack!
Oh boy. They've got a little bit of relationship issues, and these guys are here to sort it out. Actually, what you were witnessing before, I was mistaken. It wasn't one of the superpower subroutines. It was more of an elemental subroutine that I picked as a skill earlier, as I go down in a fast fury of fire right there. So Claptrap has an ability that's giving him different elemental abilities sort of cycling through, and that's what you were seeing before or during that little dialogue bit there. It wasn't actually my super ability. It was actually an elemental subroutine. A lot going on, and like stepping in at level 41 at first was sort of like overwhelming, but it worked out.
I'm not really with Captain Arscrack here. To prove it, I'll pop the door for you.
I like this one so much, and I know she's talking, but we can't hear her anyways.
Alright, lady, but I'm watching you.
Listen, the bosun's pretty much holding me prisoner and making me do things
Ew.
for his entertainment, but you're here and you look like the rescuing type.
They're a flipping vault hunter, so they're more the arse-kicking type.
Kinda the same thing in my book.
Sorry. I'm here by the military AI.
Perfect. I know exactly where you can get an excellent military AI. Just come find me. First, I'll have to show you how to shut down the bosun's barrier.
Reckon she's onto something.
Yar?
Great. I'll try to help along the way where possible, but I can't let the bosun know we're working together. So, sorry in advance for anything I have to do. I'll be in touch when you get to the engine room.
Got some extreme controversy going on between that creepy cyborg man and his fair lady, or so he thinks. She clearly knows otherwise, and we're going to kind of utilize her. She's really in on everything, and so we're going to utilize her her knowledge and her access to make sure we get to the boson and eventually take him down. So we'll just take a look at the environments here. You can hear Claptrap's wheels moving. It doesn't really feel like it affects movement, at least to me, but you do notice his arms are robotic. You can hear the wheelie sounds, and it's almost, I don't know, I found it quite hilarious just to be rolling around as this Claptrap and literally just shaving the bones and the flesh off of everybody as we pick up all of the ammos that we could possibly desire. All the money's $28,000 right now. We could buy pretty much anything. I don't think that's necessary, though. Look at that pretty planet. Look at that pretty planet. Nice and calm. A small moment of silence as we pop some space trash cans open and swallow the goodies inside. Alright, what do we got weapon-wise here? What should we use to move forward? My fire beam is pretty. I like this just because the way that you use it is it's such like a consistent attack. You don't have to worry about missing shots or mashing the trigger. Got a flying freaking Mars Attacks Martian coming at us here. Scav from the sky. Take out his helmet. Say goodbye.
Have to defend the engine room for the bosun.
Uh-oh.
These old doll Sams are tough.
Alright, so we've got a big old turret. No worry, though. We've got a subroutine ready. Disco time! Dance and prance. Feel my advance as I totally swallow you in my sick lasers. Up ahead, there's a turret that we're gonna have to take out. It's actually right here, this Sam turret here. It's pretty strong. Like, I'm trying to freeze it up, which is a good idea. My disco ball can't reach. It wants to be its dance partner, but Sam says no. Rejection sucks, but it's okay.
I did tell you they were tough.
Yes, we rejected it just as it rejected us, and now we're okay. And there's more scavs to fight. I like the environments. I'm interested to see where it all goes, if it's all like this sort of indoor-outdoor thing. This mission was all about, like, you know, venturing inside, sort of a spacey terminal, and then back outside, and then back inside and back outside. I wonder, like, we know from Borderlands 1 and 2 they're very keen on very expansive landscapes, places where you can see from super far distances, as well as more dungeon-style gameplay. And with this being space, with it being, you know, having more vertical movement, I'm curious to see how the final game turns out in terms of, like, are there going to be giant expansive main areas? This is actually a sad death for Claptrap. You get to see his body break apart and then regen through the portal of love. But are there going to be a lot of big expansive spacey areas? Is it going to be more of this sort of structure-based gameplay where we're going in and out and all about? How is that all going to work out, considering that our environmental change is pretty drastic. I like that it adds so much color, and it kind of feels like they're utilizing like every little bit of visual style that they can. I mean, it's interesting, like cel-shaded stuff. We haven't really seen a next-gen cel-shaded game. I mean, we've seen very crisp and clean next-gen game stuff like Infamous Second Son. Upcoming games like Bloodborne look really good. You know, things like The Order. Even, you know, talking about further down the road, Quantum Break. We've seen Uncharted 4 trailers and Halo 5 Guardians, and even stuff, you know, as recent as Titanfall, or simpler games like, you know, NBA 2K and stuff like that. Anyways, what I'm saying is this style, it's interesting to go back to it after being, you know, so next-gen focused for about 10 months now, because I think it looks a little bit messier than it has previously. But luckily, what I was saying is that they use a lot of color and visual style to sort of advance it beyond its years. They're putting all the tricks into this that they can.
Hello there, shiny converter. Fancy meeting you here.
Don't take that, kid. It's not yours.
What? Stop him, my fluffy koalanid! The tiny thieving rat! Crush him! Burn him!
Calm down, dear. I'm doing my best.
What a good...
Not. This is fun.
Yeah. Just about to say, what a good girlfriend. Oops, she's not really good. She's doing everything she can to subvert the creep over on the other end of the line. I'm going to swap out my guns here just to give you guys a different taste of some stuff. Pull out a sniper rifle. Just mix it up for some extra fun and giggles. But yeah, like this style of cel-shaded stuff, like it's definitely going to be improved when we see it clarity-wise and just overall like graphical oomph-wise on next gen. But still, like, color is king to me, and the fact that this game employs that sort of takes the maybe some of the rough edges away from what you're witnessing as a, quote, last-gen experience. This is one of my favorite rooms in this mission, because guys come from everywhere, and I just feel super powerful. Like, there's moments, if you have the right character and you have the right skills equipped, you can just work this room so quickly. There was my decoy that I threw there. I've got a laser subroutine, so my laser weapons are what I want to be using. This guy, I'm trying to get up close and personal. I really get joy out of just punching him with my tiny robot arms. For some reason, that feels oh so sweet to finish guys off with his sexy little mini punch. But now I get to use the sniper rifle, which is something I've been waiting for a long time, so good thing we switched. I like snipers in Borderlands because, again, just the way the game's set up, there's usually long sight lines, and to me, like, nothing is more rewarding than getting, like, sniper headshots from far away on, you know, big maps. And I love it in Destiny. I like using, you know, snipers. I like using snipers here, and especially a sniper that has rapid fire freeze bullets. Like, you can't really go wrong with that at all. I'm curious if you guys are into the freeze weapons as much as I am, because like the freeze stuff is just my absolute favorite. I could not get enough of freezing guys and then butt stomping them, or finishing them off with a laser. And I was trying to like mix elements. I couldn't really tell if it was actually working the way I thought it was working. Like, if I freeze them and then if I burn them with a laser, will that do more damage? Or if I burn them with a laser and then instantly freeze them, how will they take that? This guy is pretty strong. This super badass outlaw is really tough. So luckily I've got my disco ball to wither away his shield, and now we can just do all sorts of damage. Look at the numbers. My god, it's a mathematician's dream. Popping these guys, gaining back our O2 tanks. You'll notice there's some little weird blue tanks. You're probably like, what is that? And it's all for your boost. You can't really boost up. It's not really a jetpack. It's more of a coast, I guess. It's like freaking head stomp that guy. I'm not really, when I utilize the O2 boost, it's not really elevating me. It's more just extending my path of flight. It took a little while to actually get used to sort of that secondary jump mechanic.
AI? These pirate dick bags just sound nuts. Get it? Dick bags? Nuts?
Word is, before the bosun went native, he was some kind of AI tech whiz. Not that you'd think it now, he's gone all mum and dad mad. But what do you care? Didn't you just get fired?
And when I march up to Helios with an army of badass robots, I'll be unfired so quickly it'll make Tacitur's pedo mustache spin off his big gross ugly face. Just get the AI core.
Okay.
It's interesting to see Handsome Jack not be absolutely horrific, like watching him rise to become the man we know from Borderlands 2. And I know a lot of people are like really super into Handsome Jack, so I'm sure like that's a huge plus for many of you to have him be back in a totally different role in kind of a cool capacity. Can I make it? See, the O2, it doesn't really boost you higher. That's a perfect example of what I was just saying. We'll float gently down, all the way down. Claptrap, what are you doing, my friend? As we bounce up, though, I think we're going to bring this video to a close. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did and want to see more, just hit that like button. Let me know in the comments below what you're thinking. We'll continue the mission as Claptrap himself and hopefully take out that boss. First, though, we have to conquer this hill. There we go. We conquered it. The taste of victory is so sweet, and so are you guys. So thanks for watching. Fantastic day. Until next time, drink some hot chocolate. We will see you all later.